Obviously,
I know.
a lot of this disquiet leads to people wanting to have a massive change. And that massive change is going to be Nigel Farage, right? There's still 3 years before a general election, but absolutely sailing in the polls and on his way to being Prime Minister.
Absolutely. This would be the most remarkable political story. Nigel Farage was planning on retiring from public life. He's a host on GB News, making an absolute fortune with many, many viewers and listeners enjoying his common sense opinions every night. And just before the last election, he had a kind of, road to Damascus moment, and he realized the country's falling apart. I'm going to go back into the fray. And he thought that he could just essentially influence British politics, but it's highly likely that he will be Britain's next prime minister. So, Paul, the latest poll from Electoral Calculus has the Conservatives winning 35 seats, wow. Labour 138, Reform, wait for this, 347. That would be a majority of over 21. Now, what's Farage going to do, Paul? Well, he's going to scrap net zero, which is costing Britain a fortune. You realise that we have got decades worth of oil and gas in the North Sea. We don't drill for it. We don't touch the coal. And instead, we're going for green renewables. And we have the highest energy costs in the free world. He's going to tackle the woke takeover of our public institutions. He's going to get rid of birthing humans and chest feeders in the NHS. I've got a new word for you. Woman. That's what they are. Mother, wife, sister. And the other one, by the way, this will really catch your eye, Paul, the debt. I mean, we are broke, okay? So currently servicing our debt, $193 billion a year, just on the interest for our overspending. So it's going to be a political revolution. I think it's highly likely Farage wins. The only question, Paul, is can he deliver?
Correct. Well, we'll always have a chat to him when we're not having a chat to you. All right.
Yeah.
You go to your phone, you go to YouTube, you type in Mark Dolan Show, and then you hit subscribe. All right? You hit subscribe, and that's the way to send the love back to this bloke who's braining it on your telly tonight. All right, last one here. How did Elton John ruin somebody's Hens event?
Well, Paul, the Rocket Man has received a rocket from an angry Hens party group because this guy, Elton's got a $20 million mansion in the south of France. And he's at a local restaurant, which is very posh. It's called La Garité Restaurant, where you know how it's like you spend $50 and you get a single prawn and you're supposed to be grateful. So haute cuisine, the more you spend, the less food you get. Anyway, so it's a posh restaurant. And Elton and his comedian friend David Walliams from Little Britain are having a great time. But unfortunately, a group of women who'd booked a table for their Hens party way back in May received the news the reservation had been cancelled because of Elton's semi-private. I think what happens if Elton dines out, then he needs the restaurant to himself, basically, because he's such a global superstar. Now, we don't know if Elton is aware that this group were cancelled, but the ladies are not happy, and they've been on Instagram throwing the Rocket Man a lot of shade.
As they should. The Mark Dolan Show. You're going to get a lot of love from Australia tonight, mate. We love you, mate. We'll see you very, very soon. How good is he?
You too, Paul. Thanks, man.
What a great man. Absolute 10 out of 10 tonight. Well done, mate.